Good day, my name is Brian Gaido. Now I am going to discuss on how intellectual revolution change how humans see the world and describe the technological advancements in the information age. First is intellectual revolutions. The period was society transformed from their perceptions and belief by science and technology. Intellectual revolutions. The purpose of intellectual revolutions is the fundamental intellectual and humanitarian aim to inquiry would be help humanity acquire wisdom. Wisdom being a capacity to realize what is of what um, value in life for oneself and others, and technological know-how, but much else besides. Geocentric model is a planetary model that shows the Earth as the center of the solar system. Ptolemy is who invented the geocentric model. Ptolemy was an astronomer and mathematician. He believes that the center was the center of the universe. Geocentric theory proposes that all objects, including the Moon, Sun, stars, orbit around the Earth, while the heliocentric theory proposes that all other objects, including the Earth, Moon, and stars, move around the Sun. So, heliocentric model are planetary models that shows the Sun as the center of the solar system. Theory evolutions positive that the population passed through a process of natural selection in which only the fittest would survive. Theory evolutions is a shortened form of the term theory of evolutions by natural selection, which was proposed by Charles Darwin in the 19th century. The theory of evolution encompasses the well-established scientific view that organic life on our planet has changed over long periods of time and continues to change by by a process known as natural selection. Psychoanalysis, which has set of psychological theories and uh, therapeutic methods which their origin in the work of, and theories of Sigmund Freud. The primary assumption of psychoanalysis is a belief that all people possess unconscious thoughts, feelings, desires, and memories. So now, before we proceed to the intellectual revolutions, uh, study of intellectual revolutions, it is essential to recognize the work of the brilliant minds behind the technological advancement that we benefited today. First is Copernican revolution. In the early times, people questioned what created days and nights, wanted to understand what heavenly bodies like stars, moons, and planets are. Thus, many Greek philosophers and intellectuals planets to explain the movement of celestial bodies on their effects on the world. So, when Copernicus replaced the Earth with the Sun at the center of the universe, this changed the role of astronomy in society. A lot of the resistance of Copernicus' theory came not only from within the scientific community but also a result of the society implications of heliocentric universe. Nicolaus Copernicus, a Spanish mathematician and astronomer in the 16th century, introduced heliocentrism, which suggested that was not the Earth but the Sun, in contrast from Claudius Ptolemy's models of geocentrism, which was widely accepted by the people and the Church. Copernicus changed how educated human beings viewed the world by constructing the heliocentric theory of Earth's relations to our Sun. During revolutions, these intellectual revolutions was considered to be the one of the most controversial of its time. Charles Darwin is a naturalist, biologist, and geologist. In 1859, published his book on the origin of the species introduced the theory of evolution. He stated that organisms could adapt to their environment and would gradually change into something that would be more competitive to survive, which he called evolutions. Darwin revolutions, this kind of intellectual revolutions was the first comprehensive and readable synthesis of the history of evolutionary thought. The last is Freudian revolutions. Sigmund Freud explained that many conscious and unconscious factors could influence behavior and emotions. He agreed that one's personality is a product of ego and superego. Despite criticisms, he continued refining his history and clinical method for treating some mental disorders, which eventually result in classifying psychology as a science. So, Freudian revolutions may be viewed as a discovery of way of locating in the mind objective entities which can be studied like physical things. This particular regulations occurred in the setting of the prevalent concern about the entities underlying all of the sciences. According to the Freud's psychoanalytic theory, the id is the primitive and instinctual part of the mind and contains sexual and aggressive drives and hidden memories. Superego operates as a moral conscience, and the last is the ego is the realistic part of mediates between the desires of the id and the superego. So that's all, and thank you.